As leaders, we can be know-it-alls who actually don't know much. Find out more in today's show. Welcome back to Year 7 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Award-winning franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author. We are bringing this show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 345, Japan Leadership Blindspots. Sore de wa ikimashou. So let's get going. Leadership is a swamp. Do leaders have to be perfect? It sounds ridiculous to expect that because none of us are perfect. However, leaders often act like they are perfect. They assume the mantle of position power and shoot out orders and commands to those below them in the hierarchy. They derive the direction forward, make the tough calls, and determine how things are to be done. There are always a number of alternative ways of doing things, but the leader says, my way is correct, so let's get behind it. Leaders start small with this idea, and over the course of their career, they keep adding more and more certainty to what they say is important, correct, valuable, and needed to produce the best return on investment. With a constant army of sycophants in the workplace, the leader can begin to believe their own press. There's also the generational imperative of, this is correct because this was my experience. Even when the world has well and truly moved on beyond that experience. If you came back from World War II as an officer, you saw a certain type of leadership being employed, and the chances are that was why there were so many command and control leaders in the 1950s and 60s. The Woodstock generation questioned what had been accepted logic and wanted a different boss-employee relationship, where those below had more input into the direction of the company. Technology breakthroughs in the internet made hard-skilled warriors the gurus of leadership. Steve Jobs abusing and belittling his engineers was accepted because he was so prescient and smart. Technology has, however, also democratized the workplace. Thanks to search engines and now AI, the boss is no longer the only one with access to key information. Being really smart and even mildly abusive isn't acceptable anymore. The boss-employee relationship has changed. It is going to keep changing too, especially here in Japan, where there are 1.3 jobs for every person working. Recruiting and retaining people becomes a key boss skill. The degree of engagement of a team makes a big difference in maintaining existing customer loyalty and the needed brand building to attract new customers. Social media will kill any organization providing substandard service because the damage travels far, fast, and wide. The role of the boss has changed, but the bosses, have they been able to change to keep up? Recent Dale Carnegie research on leaders found 4 blind spots which were hindering leaders from fully engaging their teams. None of these were hard skill deficiencies. All 4 focus on people skills. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. leading is easy. Getting people to follow is the hard part. That is a great quote from Yogi Berra. Surprisingly, despite the complexities of leading here in Japan, everyone has to work it out by themselves. Foreign leaders want practical, applicable, expert advice. This is now available for the first time in history. Grab your copy of Japan Leadership Mastery on Amazon today and avoid the mystery, trial and error, especially the errors. Welcome back. Number 1, leaders must give their employees sincere praise and appreciation. We just aren't doing it enough. With the stripping out of layers in organisations, leaders are doing much bigger jobs with fewer resources. Time is short, and coaching has been replaced by barking out commands. Work must get done fast because there is so much more coming behind it. We're all hurtling along at a rapid clip. The boss can forget. The team of people, emotional beings, not consistent revenue-producing machines. Interestingly, 76% of the research respondents said they would work harder if they received praise and appreciation from their boss. Take a reality check on yourself. How often do you recognize your people and give them sincere praise? Number 2, leaders do well to admit when they are wrong. The scramble up the greasy pole requires enormous self-belief and image building. Mistakes hinder rapid career climbs and have to be avoided. Often this is done by shifting the blame down to the underlings. The credit for work well done, of course, flows up to the genius boss who hogs all the limelight. Team are not stupid. They see the selfishness and respond by being only partially engaged in their work. In 81% of the cases, the research found that bosses who can admit they made mistakes are more inspirational to their team members. Number 3, effective leaders truly listen, respect, and value their employees' opinions. Who knows the most? Often the boss assumes that is them because they have been anointed boss. They have more experience, better insights, and a greater awareness of where the big picture is taking the firm. So why listen to subordinates' mediocre and half-baked ideas? Well, engaging people means helping them feel they are being listened to by their boss. Sadly, 51% of the survey respondents said their boss doesn't really listen to them. Ask yourself, am I really focusing 100% of my attention on what my team are telling me? Or am I mentally multitasking and thinking about other things at the same time, especially what I am going to say? Number 4, employees want leaders they can trust to be honest with themselves and others. There are 2 elements to this, external and internal reliability. External reliability is the boss does what the boss says they will do. They walk the talk. In the survey, 70% said their boss couldn't be depended on to be honest and trustworthy when dealing with others. That is a pretty shocking and damning result. The internal reliability focused on being consistent with your own core beliefs. Again, 70% said their boss fails in this regard. Another total shocker. Obviously, bosses are not employing their full self-awareness about how they are being perceived. You go back to the 360 Degrees survey, and there is your blood everywhere. And we can argue people have it wrong, but perception is reality. We need to pay more attention to each of these leadership blind spots if we want to engage our team members. Only engaged team members can deliver the highest levels of service to clients, and that must be our aim. To achieve that, we have to take a cold, hard look at ourselves and lift our game, no matter how painful that might prove. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows, In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast Show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday we're releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor. In episode number 346, we're talking about presentation review techniques. So yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.